second down, launched, wide open! Kelsey has the touchdown!
You're hot.
All right, before we get into some questions with our guest, Rudy Carpenter, regarding the divisional playoffs, I do want to get your thoughts, Rudy, right away, as ASU has hired Brady White, the former ASU and Memphis quarterback, also worked in USFL to be a coach. Just your thoughts on Kenny bringing back an alumnus to the staff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the main part, right? Like, it used to be something I used to complain about a ton regarding the program, is just not taking care of our own. And although Brady left and went and played at Memphis, et cetera, he's still someone that, played. I believe he graduated at ASU. And so to me, for us to, hire smart people, people that went to ASU, played at ASU, understand the program, understand the culture of the city, I think those things are really important. I think it's also important when, you hire former quarterbacks, regardless of what position they're coaching. They're usually guys that have a complete understanding of, the entire offense and what everybody's supposed to do, and usually bring, some good insight to the team and to the coaching landscape. So I think it's a good hire by Kenny, and I think Brady will be a great addition.
Good. I was hoping to hear that. I want to ask you, staying with the quarterback position, of the 4 games of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, if you had to pick one as your number one for overall, who would it have been? Who stood out the most to you?
From a quarterback standpoint, or just
quarterback,
or are you talking just the games? Man, that's a tough question.
I know.
They all played. They actually all played. Pretty well. I mean, even though Baker threw 2 picks, he did put up almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen, in a losing effort, had a rushing touchdown or 2 and a throwing touch. I mean, Mahomes played well. When I was watching the game, I didn't feel like Brock had the numbers that he had. And with the numbers, he had really good numbers, no turnovers. And then he made some big throws down the stretch when it counted. And Lamar, I don't know. It's really tough. I'm not going to give you guys an answer because I don't have one. I thought they all played. I honestly thought, because they're all different styles, right? They all are different styles. And I think all of them did exactly what they needed to do based on how their teams play football and how their teams need to play to win. All of those guys played exactly the way they needed to play in order for their team to win.
I think it's also interesting when you watch Lamar Jackson from that particular standpoint. I think now, I don't know about you, Rudy, we're seeing a complete quarterback game out of this young man. Phenomenal runner. We've known that from the get-go. But now some of his passing, his touch, staying in the pocket, his reads down the field, I think we finally have seen the evolution or the involvement of Lamar Jackson as he leads his team into the championship game, at least from my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, he's also had an MVP season in the past. So, I think Lamar's always been, an incredible player. I think because he's not the traditional quarterback, I think that he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And, then you have people like me saying the things that I say about him, which are, well, he plays in a scheme, that's, built around what he does. There's not many offenses that he'd be able to perform at this high of a level. And like, all those things are true. I'm not trying to degrade the guy. It's just the fact that most NFL teams do a terrible job building their teams around their quarterbacks and building their personnel around their quarterbacks. But the Baltimore Ravens have done an incredible job. They've built this team around their tight ends and around their quarterback and around their run game. And what they said is, we need teams to come here and to literally make their entire game plan about stopping the run. And if they literally make their whole game plan around stopping the run, then that's going to free up Lamar Jackson to play against single high coverage, whether it's single high zone, whether it's single high man, it's going to be single high coverage. And he's going to have a much easier time throwing the football against that.
Rudy Carpenter is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Rudy, this question is about Baker Mayfield, the way that he resurrected his career in Tampa Bay, and they've got to offer him a decent contract, don't they? Or do they send him packing and go fishing again for something else in Tampa?
Well, Todd Bowles said today he wants him
wants
back.
him. I know. Yeah.
I think they give him a contract.
Yeah.
They got to give him a contract.
Sure.
I think he's earned that contract. You know, I mean, dang, it is really hard. It is really, really hard to find a franchise quarterback without just completely starting over. And they've done, Baker did an incredible job this year. I really believe that. And I think he's earned his contract. Now, there's always, salary cap issues and business things that, will get in the way. But I think ultimately the Tampa Bay Bucks are going to do whatever it is they need to do in order to bring him back.
Rudy, good stuff as always, man. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Look forward to catching you next week to find out who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
All right, guys. Take care.
Rudy Carpenter joining us as he does every Monday. We always appreciate him taking some time. You can always follow him on Twitter or X, Rudy G Carp 12. Up next, football at 50 as Jason Kelsey totally upstaged Taylor Swift, plus a big 40-year anniversary. That is